The funny thing about being a big fan of Big Brother is that the more you watch, the more comfortable you get expecting the expected. You've seen the same house a dozen times. You know the game, you probably recognize most of the comps, even if they've slapped on a new coat of paint. You probably even recognize every player's archetype and can compare them to previous players. And as the season unfolds and the game progresses, you kind of feel like you know where it's all heading. You might have a big, strong alliance versus a handful of unwitting, possibly unknowing underdogs. You've got your true contenders, you know who really stands a chance, and you can bet your bottom dollar Julie Chen is gonna trip over a line or two at most of the live evictions. Who am I kidding? It's gonna be every eviction. Such is the way of the expected. So let's change it up for a minute and talk about something different. Big Brother fans out there, brace yourselves. Let's talk about the unexpected. Bet you didn't see that one coming. Internet, we don't often get bamboozled by Big Brother, but sometimes the unexpected knocks and we got something completely different. These are my 5 most unexpected head of household wins in Big Brother history. And number 5, let's start the list with a player who inspired me to make this list in the first place. From a year ago, during Big Brother 25, in the summer of 2023, oh how time passes, I need to talk about how effing Bowie Jane won her first HOH comp of the season, her first comp of the season, and how unexpected this win was. Because to me, and for much of the fan base, it was out of left field and pretty damn random up to that point in the season. Bowie was winless, she pretty much had no allies most of the season, and even going into this competition, she was kinda just there. She had some loose allies, she had some people who were willing to consider her a +1 for the week to their alliance, but ultimately Bowie Jane was a walking anomaly. A DJ from Australia who didn't know the game much at all, let alone the show, let alone the concept of time. The competition she won was a trivia comp, and she went into a tiebreaker question against Felicia, with the question asking how many minutes did Jared stay in the house as a zombie? For context, if you don't remember, he was there for a week. Bowie Jane won this competition by first writing down 27 minutes, then changing her answer to 627 minutes against Felicia, who guessed nearly 50,000 minutes, or basically over a month. But Bowie, a half hour? That's your guess? 10 hours? Given how little Bowie was involved in the game up to this point, I saw this HOH win go down and immediately thought, I need to find other moments where a random person won and we just did not see it coming. And so here we are, nearly 500,000 minutes later, after that idea first popped into my head. FBJ is number 5.
In minutes, how long was Jared a zombie? From the moment he re-entered the house to the moment Cameron won Do or Die. Answers now, Felicia. It says 627.
Yep.
And Felicia, what does yours say?
49,500.
You are looking at the brand new HOH. I think I accidentally won that. I was trying to throw that tiebreaker. I wrote down something ridiculously low and I bloody won.
The 4th most unexpected HOH win goes to the man who holds the record for the longest it has taken a player to ever win HOH in a single season of Big Brother, clocking in at 91 days in the house from Big Brother 20. JC finally won HOH at the Final 4 when he defeated Casey and Tyler in What the Bleep, a trivia comp. And it's because of that intro that I just said that JC was so high for me as a random HOH winner. Obviously, him being one of only 3 players competing means that him winning shouldn't be that odd, but then I would argue there is always a handful of players who are seemingly just not good at comps, and if they ever won, I would be shocked. Dr. Will went nearly 2 whole seasons without winning a whole comp, and that's kind of wild to consider. Derek Frazier also never won a comp and made it all the way to the final 2. Heck, it took Cowboy from BB5 until the final 4 to win his first comp, the final 4 veto, his only win of this season. But Cowboy won that comp after 60-something days. JC played on a much longer season, was on day 91 when he finally won, with way more competitions under his belt. And he was against Tyler and Casey, two of the biggest comp threats around. His cast was stacked with all-around comp beasts in every type of competition, and being in the fanbase at the time, I can tell you nobody expected JC to beat them at the Final Four. It was a guaranteed Final Three that had Tyler, Angela, and Casey, and yet JC shocked us all, unexpectedly won the HOH comp at the Final Four, and landed at number 4 in my top 5.
Who would you like to in this game? Probably yourself.
True or false? The bleeped out word was trust. The correct answer, false. The bleeped out word was empower. Congratulations, JC. You're the new head of household.
I did it! My first HOH of the season. Big Brother 20, JC is top 3. That's it, no more games.
The third most unexpected HOH win is one that I think a lot of people are expecting in this top 5, and yeah, they're here. From Big Brother 21, it is Jessica the Miracle Milagros who kicked off the jury phase of this season with one of the most iconic weeks in the entire history of the show. Her double win of both HOH and POV this week changed the direction of the game. I'm gonna say for the better when she rebelled against the status quo, mostly just Jack and Jackson's annoying feud, and put them both on the block. Day 44 of this season was a tumultuous one where the mega alliance of the season finally imploded. Lots of arguments were had, doors were slammed, voices were raised, and when the dust settled, a lot of us fans kind of just expected at least one of the players from the mega alliance would probably pull out a win, and who knows? The season wasn't that good up to this point, so what was really gonna change? That's the tricky part about Big Brother. For all the drama and messiness that can ensue, it often boils down to who wins the next HOH that will determine if a lot of it even matters in the first place. And thankfully for us, one of the non-Mega Alliance members, Jess, won this Trivia Comp HOH out of the blue, her first win of the season, and not many people saw this coming at all, certainly not myself. Day 44 is still one of my favorite days in all of BB history, and it ends with Jess's unexpected HOH win, and for that, she is easily in my top 3.
So, all of 6 shooters is now out of the game. It's not looking good.
All right, it's down to Jessica versus Catherine for the head of household. The correct answer is true. That means Jessica is our new head of household.
I went from banishment to being on the block twice to being HOH, and now I have the power! You can't make this stuff up, guys.
The second most unexpected HOH win ever is one that's kind of fair to call, if only because if you were able to expect this win ever, you might want to buy a lottery ticket. I am talking about Amy's HOH win during week 6 of Big Brother 3, where she had to sit in a dirty bathtub with the rest of the cast for as long as possible to get the key. Finally, we're not just relying on trivia comps to give us unexpected results. We have a juicy endurance comp on the docket. The players had to sit in a tub longer than anyone else as it was filled with all kinds of nasty stuff. Dead fish, squid, seaweed, Jerry, you name it. But Amy was determined to win. She had yet to win a competition all season, a familiar trend with this top 5, and she was kind of counted out from ever winning a comp for the rest of the season on the account that she was voted out back in week 3. Yeah, talk about the unexpected. Do we forget that little detail there? Back when that was supposed to mean something, Amy was originally voted out of the house during week 3. Back in week 3, she was nominated, the veto wasn't used, and she was evicted in a unanimous 7-0 vote. She was gone. She was comfortably watching the feeds and eating her cheese back home. And then all of a sudden, to start off week 6, 41 days into the game, like Palpatine, somehow, Amy returned. Well, actually, a secret twist occurred and an evicted player got the chance to come back, and Amy came back. That's how. See, now is it that hard to explain these things? But she was still Amy upon returning. Did anyone think that she was gonna beast out the next comp just like that? I did not see this coming at all for obvious reasons. Not only that, but it was a dirty bathtub endurance comp, and Amy didn't really seem like the kind of person who would gun for this that hard. But she was playing the game like it was her second chance, because it was, and she finally got the key. One of the most random HOH wins I have ever seen.
Amy Cruz is a trip. She is the biggest princess you've ever met.
By a vote of 7-0, Amy, you are evicted from the Big Brother house.
Okay,
Congratulations, Amy. You have won the right to walk back into the house, back into the game.
Thanks.
You can go on into the house any minute you feel.
You know, I would have killed for HOH. And so, you know, no matter what they dumped in that water, there was no way I was getting out.
No, I don't like when they touch me.
10 gallons of
Cod liver oil.
do it.
Welcome back. You're our new HOH. Amy was determined to win that HOH competition. She was going to go the distance. I don't think that there was a chance that any of us had against her.
But let's get to number one. One of my favorite HOH wins that I never saw coming, the entire cast didn't see coming, and dare I say, the player themselves never saw coming. They still might be shocked they won the key to this day. This is a player who played their first season of Big Brother without ever winning an HOH or a veto, and then returned and went on to win both. And both times they were completely by surprise. I am talking about the man with the mad drip, the chicken dip, and the mean upper lip. It is George Boswell, aka Chicken George from Big Brother 7 All-Stars. Heck, you know what? Him being on the season at all was a massive unexpected surprise given the roster of players to pick from, and yet, here he was. In the final 8 of the season, and now the new HOH with all the power. This comp wasn't so much a trivia comp as it was trying to get a read on the pulse of America as they answered questions about the players. George seemingly had one of the better reads on what America felt. Maybe a symptom of being on BB1 when America mattered more, I don't know. Kind of fitting that this is the comp that he won actually, but regardless, he gets to a tiebreaker with Danielle, where the question is not too dissimilar to the Bowie, Jane, and Felicia one. How many minutes in the week did they suffer cold showers? The answer was about 4.5 days worth. It was around 6,000 minutes, and well, kind of like Bowie Jane, George won this comp on a bit of a fluke. He guessed 360 minutes, or about 6 hours, which made little sense in the context of the question, but then Danielle guessed an even lower number, 308, so I don't know. Maybe there's something in the BB tap water that causes tiebreaker answers to malfunction. Either way, George was shocked he won this comp, and so was everyone else. Chicken George was the new HOH? On what planet? It's a bit like letting a child take the wheel for a minute. Little Billy is about to upend everything. But hey, Chicken George was a bona fide all-star who came up clutch.
House guests, settle down.
Oh my God!
We asked America which all-star they would like to see be crowned prom king or queen.
I don't believe I got some questions right.
And since that was the last question, take off your masks. We have a tie between Chicken George and Danielle.
What? Wow, this is so cool.
Danielle, we have to have an answer. Write something down. Congratulations, George. Since it's over 6,000 minutes, you're the new head of household, Janelle. And George, the key to the HOH room.
I can't believe I won.
Congratulations, Georgie.
I don't even know how I won it. I have no idea how I won that thing.
The Chicken Man beat me.
I won something?
And that's it. Those are my top 5 most unexpected head of household wins in Big Brother. I did also almost consider including Terrence from BB24 in the top 5. I guess he's an honorable mention, but then he did technically get second to Michael with the split outs comp, so I don't know. Either way, let me know which HOH wins you consider to be some of the most unexpected we've ever seen. There are plenty more out there. A big thanks to my patrons for unexpectedly supporting me each and every month on Patreon. It means a lot. Thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to brush up on your trivia skills on your way out. You really never know when you'll need it. And I will see you in the next one. Once I acknowledge how unexpected it is that I've been talking about this show for 7 straight years now, and yeah, here is to an expected 7 more.
Our final 2 deal is about as irrelevant as you were week 2. I'm sorry, Rachel, but you're going home.
What the frick? What?
I don't know who that woman was last night. I don't know her. And it was sad. It was so sad. I really, the rest of my time here, I really just want to have fun with you guys. Except for you. Don't talk to me. I want to have so much fun with all of you.
Are you referring to me as
you're
crazy
eyes? I mean, look at your freaking eyes, Matt. They're like, oh.
You're
talking
calling me
a minute.
crazy eyes.
I love all of you. Let's just have a good time the rest of the time that all of us are here. I just really want that. But don't talk to me. Oh my God, idiot, you're not even listening. I guess you're not that smart. But I guess that's your maturity level. I mean, obviously.
Take that and
He used
use
that
it to
as an
manipulate.
advantage against my ass.
Final thoughts? What are you thinking?
What's wrong with Angela?